Section 18 of English Synonyms and Antonyms. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Mario Pineda. English Synonyms and Antonyms by James Champlin Fernald. Clever to congratulate. Clever. Synonyms: able, adroit, apt, bright, capable, dexterous, expert, gifted, happy, ingenious, intellectual, intelligent, keen, knowing, quick, quick-witted, sharp, skillful, smart, talented. Clever, as used in England, especially implies an aptitude for study of learning and for excellent, though not preeminent mental achievement. The early New England usage as implying simple and weak good nature has largely affected the use of the word throughout the United States, where it has never been much in favor. Smart, indicating dashing ability, is now coming to have a suggestion of unscrupulousness similar to that of the word sharp, which makes its use a doubtful compliment. The discriminating use of such words as able, gifted, talented, etc. is greatly preferable to an excessive use of the word clever. Compare acumen, astute, power. Antonyms: awkward, bungling, clumsy, dull, foolish, idiotic, ignorant, senseless, slow, stupid, thick-headed, witless. Collision. Synonyms: clash, clashing, concussion, conflict, contact, encounter, impact, meeting, opposition, shock. Collision, the act or fact of striking violently together, is the result of motion or action, and is sudden and momentary. Contact might be a condition of rest, and be continuous and permanent. Collision is sudden and violent contact. Concussion is often by transmitted force rather than by direct impact. Two railway trains come into collision. An explosion of dynamite shatters neighboring windows by concussion. Impact is the blow given by the striking body, as the impact of the cannon shot upon target. An encounter is always violent and generally hostile. Meeting is neutral, and may be of the dearest friends or of the bitterest foes, of objects, of persons, or of opinions, of two or of a multitude. Shock is a result of collision. In the figurative use, we speak of clashing of views, collision of persons. Opposition is used chiefly of persons, more rarely of opinions or interests. Conflict is used indifferently of all. Antonyms: agreement, amity, coincidence, concert, concord, concurrence, conformity, harmony, unison, unity. Prepositions: collision of one object with another, of or between opposing objects. Comfortable. Synonyms: agreeable, at ease, at rest, cheerful, cheery, commodious, contented, convenient, genial, pleasant, satisfactory, satisfied, snug, well off, well provided, well-to-do. A person is comfortable in mind when contented and measurably satisfied. A little additional brightness makes him cheerful. He is comfortable in body when free from pain, quiet, at ease, at rest. He is comfortable in circumstances or in comfortable circumstances when things about him are generally agreeable and satisfactory, usually with the suggestion of sufficient means to secure that result. Antonyms: cheerless, disagreeable, discontented, dissatisfied, distressed, dreary, forlorn, miserable, uncomfortable, wretched. Commit. Synonyms: assign, confide, consign, entrust, relegate, trust. Commit, in the sense here considered, is to give in charge, put into care or keeping. To confide or entrust is to commit especially to one's fidelity, confide being used chiefly of mental or spiritual, entrust also of material things. We assign a duty, confide a secret, entrust a treasure. We commit thoughts to writing, commit a paper to the flames, a body to the earth. A prisoner is committed to jail. Consign is a formal word in mercantile use, as to consign goods to an agent. Religiously, we consign the body to the grave, commit the soul to God. Compare do. Prepositions: commit to a friend, for safekeeping. In law, commit to prison, for trial, without bail, in default of bail, on suspicion. Company. Synonyms: assemblage, assembly, collection, conclave, concurse, conference, congregation, convention, convocation, crowd, gathering, group, host, meeting, multitude, throng. Company, from the Latin com, with, and panis, bread, denotes primarily the association of those who eat at a common table or the persons so associated. Table companions, messmates, friends, and hence is widely extended to include any association of those united permanently or temporarily for business, pleasure, festivity, trouble, etc., or by sorrow, misfortune, or wrong. Company may denote an indefinite number, ordinarily more than two, but less than a multitude. In the military sense, a company is a limited and definite number of men. Company implies more unity of feeling and purpose than crowd, and is a less formal and more familiar word than assemblage or assembly. An assemblage may be of persons or of objects. An assembly is always of persons. An assemblage is promiscuous and unorganized. An assembly is organized and united in some common purpose. A conclave is a secret assembly. A convocation is an assembly called by authority for a special purpose. The term convention suggests less dependence upon any superior authority or summons. A group is small in number and distinct in outline, clearly marked off from all else in space or time. Collection, crowd, gathering, group, and multitude have the unorganized and promiscuous character of the assemblage. The other terms come under the general idea of assembly. Congregation is now almost exclusively religious. Meeting is often so used, but is less restricted, as we may speak of a meeting of armed men. Gathering refers to a coming together, commonly of numbers, from far and near, as the gathering of the Scottish clans. Antonyms: dispersion, loneliness, privacy, retirement, seclusion, solitude. Compel. Synonyms: coerce, constrain, drive, force, make, necessitate, oblige. To compel one to an act is to secure its performance by the use of irresistible physical or moral force. Force implies primarily an actual physical process, absolutely subduing all resistance. Coerce implies the actual or potential use of so much force as may be necessary to secure the surrender of the will. The American secessionists contended that the federal government had no right to coerce a state. Constraint implies the yielding of judgment and will, and in some cases of inclination or affection, to an overmastering power, as the love of Christ constraineth us. 2 Corinthians v. 14. Compare drive, influence. Antonyms: see synonyms for hinder. Prepositions: the soldiers were compelled to desertion, preferably with the infinitive compelled to desert. Complain. Synonyms: croak, find fault, growl, grumble, grunt, murmur, remonstrate, repine. To complain is to give utterance to dissatisfaction or objection, express a sense of wrong or ill treatment. One complains of a real or assumed grievance. He may murmur through mere peevishness or ill temper. He repines with vain distress at the irrevocable or the inevitable. Complaining is by speech or writing. Murmuring is commonly said of half-repressed utterance. Repining of the mental act alone. One may complain of an offense to the offender or to others. He remonstrates with the offender only. Complaint has a formal and legal meaning, which the other words have not, signifying to make a formal accusation, present a specific charge. The same is true of the noun complaint. Antonyms: applaud, approve, commend, eulogize, laud, praise. Prepositions: complain of a thing to a person, of one person to another, of or against a person for an act, to an officer, before the court, about a thing. Complex. Synonyms: abstruse, complicated, composite, compound, confused, conglomerate, entangled, heterogeneous, intricate, involved, manifold, mingled, mixed, multiform, obscure, tangled. That is complex which is made up of several connected parts. That is compound in which the parts are not merely connected but fused or otherwise combined into a single substance. In a composite object the different parts have less of unity than in that which is complex or compound, but maintain their distinct individuality. In a heterogeneous body, unlike parts or particles are intermingled, often without apparent order or plan. Conglomerate, literally globbed together, is said of a confused mingling of masses or lumps of various substances. The New England pudding stone is a conglomerate rock. In a complex object, the arrangement and relation of parts may be perfectly clear. In a complicated mechanism, the parts are so numerous or so combined that the mind cannot readily grasp their mutual relations. In an intricate arrangement, the parts are so intertwined that it is difficult to follow their windings. Things are involved which are rolled together so as not to be easily separated, either in thought or in fact. Things which are tangled or entangled mutually hold and draw upon each other. The conception of a material object is usually complex, involving form, color, size, and other elements. A clock is a complicated mechanism. The Gordian knot was intricate. The twining serpents of the Laocoon are involved. We speak of an abstruse statement, a complex conception, a confused heap, a heterogeneous mass, a tangled skein, an intricate problem, a composite architecture, an involved sentence, of the complicated or intricate accounts of a great business, the entangled accounts of an incompetent or dishonest bookkeeper. Antonyms: clear, direct, homogeneous, obvious, plain, simple, uncombined, uncompounded, uniform, unraveled. Condemn. Synonyms: blame, censure, convict, denounce, doom, reprobate, reprove, sentence. To condemn is to pass judicial sentence or render judgment or decision against. We may censure silently. We condemn ordinarily by open and formal utterance. Condemned is more final than blame or censure. A condemned criminal has had his trial. A condemned building cannot stand. A condemned ship cannot sail. A person is convicted when his guilt is made clearly manifest to others. In somewhat archaic use, a person is said to be convicted when guilt is brought clearly home to his own conscience. Convict in the sense being allied with convince, which see under persuade. In legal usage, one is said to be convicted only by the verdict of a jury. In stating the penalty of an offense, the legal word sentence is now more common than condemned, as he was sentenced to imprisonment. But it is good usage to say he was condemned to imprisonment. To denounce is to make public or official declaration against, especially in a violent and threatening manner. From the pulpits in the northern states, Burr was denounced as an assassin. Coffin Building the Nation, Chapter 10, page 137, h. 83. To doom is to condemn solemnly and consign to evil or destruction, or to predetermine to an evil destiny. An inferior race in presence of a superior is doomed to subjugation or extinction. Compare arraign, reprove. Antonyms: absolve, acquit, applaud, approve, exonerate, justify, pardon, praise. Prepositions: the bandit was condemned to death for his crime. Confess. Synonyms: accept, acknowledge, admit, allow, avow, certify, concede, disclose, endorse, grant, own, recognize. We accept another's statement, admit any point made against us, acknowledge what we have said or done, good or bad, avow our individual beliefs or feelings, certify to facts within our knowledge, confess our own faults, endorse a friend's note or statement, grant a request, own our faults or obligations, recognize lawful authority, concede a claim. Confess has a high and sacred use in the religious sense, as to confess Christ before men. It may have also a playful sense, often with to, as one confesses to a weakness for confectionery. The chief present use of the word, however, is in the sense of making known to others one's own wrongdoing. In this sense, confess is stronger than acknowledge or admit, and more specific than own. A person admits a mistake, acknowledges a fault, confesses sin or crime. Compare apology, avow. Antonyms: cloak, conceal, cover, deny, disavow, disguise, disown, dissemble, dissimulate, hide, mask, repudiate, screen, secrete, bail. Confirm. Synonyms: assure, corroborate, establish, fix, prove, ratify, sanction, settle, strengthen, substantiate, sustain, uphold. Confirm, Latin con, together, and firmus, firm, is to add firmness or give stability to. Both confirm and corroborate presuppose something already existing to which the confirmation or corroboration is added. Testimony is corroborated by concurrent testimony or by circumstances, confirmed by established facts. That which is thoroughly proved is said to be established. So is that which is official and has adequate power behind it, as the established government, the established church. The continents are fixed. A treaty is ratified. An appointment confirmed. An act is sanctioned by any person of authority that passes upon it approvingly. A statement is substantiated. A report confirmed. A controversy settled. The decision of a lower court sustained by a higher. Just government should be upheld. The beneficent results of Christianity confirm our faith in it as a divine revelation. Antonyms: abrogate, annul, cancel, destroy, overthrow, shake, shatter, unsettle, upset, weaken. Prepositions: confirm a statement by testimony, confirm a person in a belief. Congratulate. Synonym: felicitate. To felicitate is to pronounce one happy or wish one joy. To congratulate is to express hearty sympathy in his joys or hopes. Felicitate is cold and formal. We say one felicitates himself, though to congratulate oneself, which is less natural, is becoming prevalent. Antonyms: condole with, console. Prepositions: congratulate one on or upon his success. End of section 18.